Christmas music at the tire store? It used to be a thing. Starting in 1961, Goodyear Tire Company sold Christmas albums at their tire stores and featured artists from the Columbia catalog. 900,000 copies of this album, called The Great Songs of Christmas, were pressed, and they all sold out by mid-November 1961. The massive popularity of this title kept Goodyear in the Christmas music business until 1977. The series began with classic Christmas music without much in the way of children's Christmas music, although those songs started showing up in later editions in the series. I inherited a few of these classic titles, but others were acquired in thrift store bins. Let's explore a few of these in detail. Starting with the first album from 1961, there are 11 classic Christmas tracks on the Great Songs of Christmas. It is interesting to note that Goodyear is written nowhere on the sleeve, only on the record itself and in very small print. The idea to sell Christmas albums at Goodyear was the brainchild of Stanley Arnold, who realized that many folks bought tires around Christmas time, and having Christmas music for sale at Goodyear would bring folks into the store. The Great Songs of Christmas is not available on CD, but is available for download at the Amazon store. However, I thought it might be interesting to see what tracks are available on CD. Side 1, Track 1 is Silent Night, performed by the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. The track from The Spirit of Christmas and The Joy of Christmas might be the same recording. Track 2 is O Little Town of Bethlehem, performed by Eileen Farrell. This same track can be found on the album Carols for Christmas Eve. Track 3 is O Come All Ye Faithful by Percy Faith. The same track can be found on Music of Christmas. Track 4 is What Child Is This by Mitch Miller. This track can be found on Christmas Sing-Along. Track 5 is O Holy Night, performed by Earl Wrightson. This can be found on Joy to the World, Music for Christmas. Track 6 is Unto Us a Child is Born, conducted by Leonard Bernstein. I could not find the same track on any Christmas CD. Side 2, Track 1 is a medley performed by Frank Duvall. It is available on the Old Sweet Songs of Christmas. Track 2 is The 12 Days of Christmas, performed by Burl Ives. This can be found on a number of Burl Ives Christmas compilations. Track 3 is Carol of the Bells by the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. This might be the same recording found on The Joy of Christmas. Track 4 is a medley from the Norman Luboff Choir. I could not find this track on any Christmas CDs. Track 5 is Sleigh Ride, conducted by Andre Kostanalitz and his orchestra. I found other versions of this song with the same conductor, but I don't think it's the same version. Availability of specific tracks is similar for the other albums in the series. Here are the track listings and inner ring labels for the rest of the Goodyear Christmas albums in my collection. Before sampling some tracks from these albums, I need to clean them. For that, I'm going to use my Spin Clean record washer. I have a video about this device on my channel. To view it, click the card above. It is also listed in the description. A video about this series wouldn't be complete without sampling some of the tracks, so we're going to start with Track 1 from Side 1 from Album 1 of this series. Next, we're going to play a track from one of my favorites growing up, Christmas Is, from 1972.
look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go.
Firestone, seeing the success that Goodyear had, joined in the act in 1962, with the theme of their series being Favorite Christmas. The early Firestone albums didn't have the same star power as the Goodyear albums, but they were original custom recordings with choir and orchestra, not repackages of existing music. This is volume 2 of Firestone Presents Your Favorite Christmas Carols from 1963. We're going to sample a track from it.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree.
The later Firestone albums were themed a little differently. They had more stars on them, and the only indication that it's Firestone is a sticker on the shrink wrap.
Oh, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm a-telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's a-making a list, he's a-checking it twice, he's gonna find out who's a naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Tire companies were not the only non-traditional sellers of Christmas music. Here's an album from True Value Hardware from 1985. It says 20th edition because they started releasing these in 1965. I would like to give a special thank you to Williams Tire Store and Auto Center for allowing me to shoot this video in their fine establishment. And Merry Christmas, and thank you to my subscribers. Your support is what keeps ThriftyAV going. Stay thrifty, everyone.